Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Are you there?
I'm here. I was looking at
Porn?
the information about the moon people, and I kind of went into my head for a minute.
Fucking moon people.
Fucking moon people.
Doing moon people shit.
Yeah. Hello, friends. Welcome to Brainworms Podcast, the podcast whose mission is to capture and defeat God.
What?
I'm Joe.
I'm David.
I'm Kaine.
And I'm Chris.
And we're going to talk about the Moon People Volume 1, The Age of Aquarius.
Moon people again.
Because apparently there's still content to be wrung out of that.
I mean, I guess you could call it that. I think you're just punishing us again.
By awkward mustache haver David M. Courtney.
Not the My Pillow guy.
Not the My Pillow guy. Looks very similar.
Yeah.
They could be brothers separated at birth.
Might just be the mustache, might be the face, but they might be the same person.
I don't think they're the same person.
No.
Hey, maybe that was like a separate company's early cloning technology, and they had to decommission it after one ran off and did the pillows thing, and the other guy went off and did this.
Oh, God, maybe.
I don't think those are early clones, all right? I know a thing or two about early clones, all right?
What do you know?
Yeah, you've gone through a lot of iterations.
No, I mean, I'm fully formed now.
Yeah.
I have all the
Also,
same parts as you guys.
I want to just point out that out of curiosity...
No, I mean, I'm made up of all of your parts.
Oh,
Oh,
that explains too much.
yeah.
Huh.
Well, not David, now that you have chilled us all to the bone, if you wouldn't mind letting me continue.
They're our bones.
Ah, jeez.
So, David, what does this asshole call it? Like a meteorite? Like, what does he say? What is it?
It's a
Yeah.
Death Star.
It is a Death Star, yeah.
No, but does he say meteorite or meteoroid?
Meteor is basically what they say mostly through it.
Okay,
I used to listen to a band called The Meteors.
Are they any good?
I used to think they were. I haven't listened to them in a while.
Fair enough.
Way to hedge your bets there, Kaine.
Well, I can't remember. I think they might be like macho bullshit. So
Oh, right.
I don't have a lot of patience for macho bullshit anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. A meteoroid is a small rock-like object traveling through space. When it hits our atmosphere, it's a meteor, shooting star. A meteorite is a small chunk of the meteor that's broken off and is still slightly clumpy. So, every time that this guy refers to this moon object as a meteor, he's fucking wrong. Like, super wrong.
This is the hill you're dying on?
Yeah.
Yes!
Do you think this person did research before writing The Moon People Volume 1, Age of Aquarius?
Look,
It's the age of Aquarius.
here's the thing. Okay, that's like calling cars scooters, and I will die on that hill too. Like, no, that is a car. You can't get away with calling that a scooter just because it has wheels and metal on it.
Fair enough. But I think it's just because meteor is the commonly used word.
For a shooting star.
Yeah, well, this person did no research. You know, I should remind you that Dale, I should remind you that Dale M. Courtney is a promoter of world economic equality and world peace, astrologer, self-taught chiropractor, clout scorer 54, avid fisherman, scuba diver, love boats. Love boats. That's what it says. Fisherman, scuba diver, love boats and water. So clearly an expert in all fields.
Wait. Fisherman, scuba diver, love boats, and water. So this is Poseidon?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Does that mean, based on the context, does that mean that Dale M. Courtney is multiple love boats?
He's an expert in multiple love boats. There are several kinds.
It doesn't say that. It says scuba diver, love boats. I hit my microphone because I talk with my hands.
Okay, look. Why do you think we did a part 2 of this?
Yeah.
Because it's so much goddamn fun to read.
Yeah, this is like, I'm sad that we didn't get to this book earlier, because this is the kind of shit that we're here for in a lot of ways.
That you're here for, all right?
Yeah, well,
David, I sure as hell hope that you didn't forget the strange pronunciation of Cheryl, because I certainly have.
oh no, Chiral.
That's it, thank you.
Cheryl. Cheryl. I guess that's enough preamble, unless somebody else has anything they'd like to add.
Emphasis on the amble.
Fuck yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, slap a flounder.
Wait, what?
It's a new thing all
What?
the kids are doing.
Yeah, of course you
Yeah,
wouldn't,
the
you wouldn't
kids-
know, Kaine, you being a dad. Dads don't
Yeah,
get it.
there's an app that the teens are using called Flounders, and if you upvote someone's content, it's called slapping their flounder.
All the kids are doing it.
All the kids are doing it.
But don't forget about the new app coming out called the Slap Founder.
Go home, you're drunk. But yeah, we have a website, wegiveyoubrainworms.com. You can find our Discord server, jump in. Someone will talk to you, probably. You can also support us monetarily, like our many lovely patrons. Then you'll be responsible for this podcast and everything that happens. When the law gets involved,
And the law will get involved.
inevitably.
Yeah.
All right, well, do you want to get into it, David?
Let's go. The New Job, Chapter 2. Yes, Mr. Bramer, I'm head of operations out here at NASA. I was wondering if you were still active in the field of astronomy? Yes, I am, David answered. This is about the meteor, isn't it? Yes, Bud
Hey,
replied.
Meteor Chris.
I hear, H-E-R-E, you're,
Good.
Y-O-U-R, the best at what you do. David smiled and said, well, I don't know about being the best, but I do teach astronomy in high school, and I have been into astrology for about 20 years.
Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Woo!
move over. This guy's a high school teacher.
Yeah.
Then Bud said, yes, I know, Mr. Bramer. Well, I'm just going to come right out with it. Our head astronomer, Herbert Lawson, and his assistant were in an automobile accident yesterday. They're both in pretty bad shape. They will be all right, but that gave us some empty positions we have to fill immediately.
So we're going to talk to our other astronomer, Herbert Lawson.
I don't think we should talk to him.
It's fine.
He really gets the party moving.
Yeah, he starts talking about a lot of things, and he's got a squint about him.
Yeah. Move your dead bones, bones, bones.
Because of our meteor that's coming right at us, the last calculation shows, and there's something else. Then David said, wait, I have a job. Yes, I know, Bud replied. We are willing to go the extra mile here. We will pay top dollar on this one, and we have a substitute to take your place at school. All this is coming straight from the
Wait.
top.
Just let the school handle that, NASA.
I just love the we'll pay top dollar. We're gonna top your like $5 an hour wage as a teacher.
Yeah, your underfunded high school salary.
We're gonna double that. So here's $8 up front.
Yeah.
Think of all the pencils you'll be able to buy with that.
Out of your own pocket.
All this is coming straight from the top. Mr. Bramer, we need you real bad. We will also help you out with any other problems you might have. David answered, well, I don't know. I guess it all depends on one thing. Then Bud said, what's that? What was that something else you were talking about a minute ago when you were talking about the meteor? You said there was something else. I can't tell you until you take the job, Bud replied. Then David said, can I have a little time to think about it first?
No.
Bud answered,
I hate
yes,
this.
you have until 5 o'clock today. David said, wow, that's
Why?
not much time. Yes, I know, Bud said. We can't help it. The
Ugh.
meteor isn't giving us much choice.
You remember when it's arriving in like 130 days?
Please, all I ask is for you to think about it and give me a call later today. Okay, sir, I'll do that, David answered. I'll give you a call either way, Mr. Walker. And then David said, have a good day, sir. Then David hung up and went back to class.
I
When
hate
he
this.
arrived back to class, He noticed that half of his class was absent and the other half was playing around. All right, everyone, let's sit down, David said.
How's the punctuation in this book, David?
Creative.
As is.
Yeah. Like, I'm assuming that your inflection is reflecting the structure of...
I'm doing my best with it, yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm just trying to hear in my head.
Yeah, like before, none of this has been broken up into paragraphs. It's all just
Of course not.
one long run-on. The sentence structure is interesting. There are no quotation marks, so dialogue is just written out with no separation of any kind. Structurally, this is a nightmare.
we're going to be doing this, and at some point, David is going to start speaking in tongues. We can't snap him out of it. And then we're going to call the emergency team to go over to his house. They're going to burst in, and he's just going to be reading a book with symbols written in blood on it.
And then we'll have to record that episode.
God, this Dagon guy, such a
Cthulhu
terrible
Fatan.
writer.
Yeah. Are we sure, and I think we might have talked about this last time, that this isn't some kind of postmodernist art piece?
I'm genuinely not sure.
This is a trilogy.
I'll be honest with you. If you think that I'm going to do all three of these goddamn books, Joe, I'll just jump into the fucking incinerator now.
No, we're a Moon People podcast now. We're going to get through the whole series.
No, we're a Chuck Tingle podcast. Slow your fucking roll, all right?
God, I wish.
We branch out to read books that aren't as good as Chuck Tingle, but then we always come home, all right? So
We'll always have a home with Chuck.
Into the loving embrace.
exactly.
Tingle be his
All
name.
right.
Tingle be his name. Oh, we love you, Chuck.
We do. It's true.
Come on our podcast.
All right, everyone, let's sit down, David said. Let's get class going. Billy spoke up and said, does this mean we don't have to come to school because of the meteor? No,
You're
you
at
should
school,
come to class
class.
unless someone says not to. Then Kathy said, no one else is. I know, but we should still come unless they say otherwise, David replied.
Well,
Now,
you know, you only have 130 days left to live, so technically you can set fire to whatever you want.
It was right then that the Discord call crashed. All right, David, you may pick up wherever you like.
All right.
You could pick up this book and throw it in the trash. And the author.
Yeah.
And the author's offspring.
That's extreme.
And the author's parents.
That's dedicated.
Like, how many generations back and forth do you want to go with this?
Don't forget their pets.
Just right there. No. We don't fuck with pets. What the fuck's wrong with you monster?
7 generations in both directions. That's
Wow.
No,
Yeah,
just one generation in both directions.
Yeah, because anymore, and it gets harder with time travel and such, and then
Wait.
you get into causality loops, and
What? David, read the book.
Or we can just keep talking about causality loops and not talk about the moon people.
I want to get into space. I want to see where this goes.
You know where it's going. It's going to a fucking Death Star. All right? You know where it's going. There's pictures to prove it.
if someone kills somebody else with a lightsaber in this book, it'll all be worth it. Not just this podcast, but everything in my life.
Then David said, Zeus, can you locate and lock in on the meteor that is moving toward us at the high rate of speed in the constellation of Scorpio?
My brain
Zeus.
just
Affirmative.
was set fire.
Locate.
I want you to know, David, that my brain just broke.
It's
Well, the fact that it started with, and David said, I thought David was going to say a joke. So I was prepared for David to say a joke. And
Right.
instead, he said the book, and I was
said
not
the
happy.
oh my God, I will never move past this sentence. It's amazing. This
Wow.
one is really
Yeah,
just-
this is your Groundhog Day, that one sentence.
It's just looping.
Zeus, affirmative, located. Cool, the whole class said out loud again. You could see Zeus zoom in on the meteor. Then David said, Zeus, can you calculate the speed and size of the meteor coming from the Antares star system coming to our solar system?
What did David
Affirmative.
say?
1 moment, please.
And baby says,
Dance,
Meteor
magic dance.
is coming approximately 182,000 kilometers an hour and increasing speed 5,005 kilometers every 24 hours.
Wait, is that in parsecs?
Yeah, so what this computer just established is that we probably don't need David as an astronomer to do whatever they need him to do.
yeah, what
at
do they
NASA.
need him for if they have this technology?
Well, he's an astronomer and astrologer, so he-
That they need him to tell
Oh.
them if their sun is in Scorpio or whatever the fuck.
right.
Okay.
Right.
Do you think there are astronomer astrologers?
God, I hope so.
Because astrology is a giant pile of bullshit.
Right.
So connecting that with the science of astronomy.
Well, they both have to do with stars.
Yeah, but one of them is like the moon people, moon spirits. Oh my God, it all makes so much more sense
It all ties
now.
together, yeah.
David, that's like saying, hey, modern medicine and
Alchemy.
and bleeding, it has to do with people,
And blood.
Fun fact, they do still use leeches in modern medicine.
Is it for when someone has too much blood?
Hematomas, things like that, yeah. And also, they're good for people that have conditions where their platelets are too active and they clot easily. It's good for getting rid of clotting, things like that.
Millions of leeches.
Why would they use leeches, right? When they can use a camera that's so small that it can travel through your arteries.
Leeches are cheaper.
And they procreate.
I just feel like you have so much more control if
Over a
you
micro camera.
As long as
if you can make a camera that small that travels up your arteries. I feel like you could probably make a contraption that withdraws the blood in a way similar to leeches that doesn't require, because there has to be somewhat of a dice roll with the leech, right?
They're leeches that are grown in lab environments. They're sterile, and there's something to do with the leech saliva that really helps in anticoagulation. So,
and it probably makes disposing of the material much easier too.
Do you dispose? That's another question. Are those considered biohazards?
I feel like they would be.
After a
think
leech
so, yeah.
is used on you, does it go back into the leech bucket, or do they dispose of it?
I imagine it would be like.
See what I'm doing, guys?
You have a bunch of.
Are you just
leeches.
playing for time?
I'm just getting as far away from the fucking moon people as I possibly can.
well, thanks for the reminder.
Now you've brought us back on to track, Kane.
God damn it, Kaine! Just God damn it,
It's a
Kaine.
good
God
thing
damn it, Kane.
we built in that self-defeating gene to Kane, or we'd all be dead by now.
Yeah.
And I can't get rid of it through all
Yeah.
the tests. I can't get rid of it. It's just there.
Yeah.
That's
know
because
why?
you're made up of all of our parts.
And
Well,
we're
no, because there's
inherently
a self-defeating
so-
gene. So when I try to get rid of the self-defeating gene, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can relate.
Yeah. I too have a strong instinct to self-sabotage.
This has gotten to such a dark.
Well, as long as you're using like a lubricant, it's not like you're going to get too much chafing,
Nice. I see what you did there. Let's read the book.
Why? Why do we have to read the book? Can't we stop being a book podcast for just this book?
And just be a just pals hanging out podcast? Is that what you want?
Just for this episode. Its title will be "We started to read the moon people, but instead started talking about leeches." And that was really interesting, whereas the moon people was not.
Yeah.
Can that just be the title?
I was
regardless of
thinking
what
that
happens?
might be the episode description. Yeah. Go ahead, David.
Don't, David.
Affirmative. 1
Don't.
moment, please. Meteor is coming approximately 182,000 kilometers an hour and increasing speed 5,005 kilometers every 24 hours. Meteor is 10 kilometers in diameter. Wow, the class sounded out. David asked.
I like that you were going to mix those words. The Klaus sound.
The Klaus sounded. Yeah.
Klaus sound. David asked, Zeus, how long before the meteor enters our solar system? Zeus. Meteor will be entering into your solar system in approximately 204 days, 6 hours, 22 minutes, and 44 seconds.
Good to know the stakes are established.
I thought it was shorter than that, wasn't it?
Like ribeye,
Sounds good.
New York Strip.
The NASA people got it wrong, man, by like 24 days.
No, but it's accelerating. So it's going to get here in less time.
Wow, the class sounded out. Billy looks at David and yelled out, "Ask Zeus if the meteor is going to hit Earth."
And if that's really
David
a bad
thought
thing.
about it for
you
a
know?
moment and said, "Maybe I shouldn't." The whole class yells out, "Why not?"
Because then I won't have a job anymore.
Billy tells David, "Hey, Professor, we are all in this together. It's not that simple, Billy."
Wait, what?
What the fuck kind of answer is that?
No, let's start that over again. I mean, I don't want to talk about this book, but I need to hear that sentence again.
Okay. So, wow, the class sounded out. Billy looks at David and yelled out, "Ask Zeus if the meteor is going to hit Earth." David thought about it for a moment and said, "Maybe I shouldn't." The whole class yells out, "Why not?" Billy tells David, "Hey, Professor, we are all in this together." It's not that simple, Billy.
Get your priorities straight, Debbie. Play the game.
The Unknown, Chapter 3.
The Unknown Chapter 3. It sounds like if it's The Unknown Chapter 3 that we should probably talk about whether or not George Lucas should sue this guy.
He's not going to
Disney.
get anything out of him.
That's not the point.
I
Maybe this book would no longer be in print.
I just like to imagine that, like, since that was the end of the chapter with "It's not that simple, Billy," it was David patting his shoulder, and then David's like, "What the
Like
fuck do
David
you mean,
patting
man?"
his own shoulder or
David's
David
just-
patting Billy's
Not
shoulder?
that simple, Billy.
No, and he's just staring off into space, patting, and even when David leaves, he's still just patting the air.
Okay.
The Unknown, Chapter 3.
The Unknown Chapter 3.
There's a lot of things that could be wrong, and everyone would leave here and go start a panic all over the place.
Panic on the streets of London.
I love that we have no idea who's talking, where he's referring
The
to.
fact that,
like,
Yeah, paragraph breaks would help with that.
well, this literally picks up with the next sentence.
What?
Why this chapter begins immediately at the same place that the last chapter ended.
This book was written by an asshole.
Well, yeah, Joe. That's what I've been talking about this whole time. I've said it multiple times. You just came to the realization of that?
I keep seeing it because I've got Dale Courtney's author bio up on my monitor. The sentence immediately after the bit where he says that he's Love Boats. Writer of 3 books, I hope to become film one day. I want that.
He wants to become film. He
Yes.
doesn't want the books to be turned into movies, Joe. Read the sentence literally. All right?
No, I know it's a bad sentence, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. I want to see just a completely unaltered adaptation of this book with like fucking Matthew McConaughey, like real A-tier actors, just reading this dialogue verbatim.
And you know that Matthew is classy enough that he would sell it as best he could.
As best he could.
Wait, are we going to stan Matthew McConaughey again?
Did we ever stop?
Yeah, I mean, I like Matthew McConaughey.
Obviously, we stan Matthew McConaughey, but I mean, are we going to make the episode about standing Matthew McConaughey?
We do talk about Matthew McConaughey a lot. David, read the book.
All
God
right,
damn
all
it.
right, all right. There's a lot of things that could go wrong, and everyone would leave here and go start a panic all over the place.
Leave where?
Billy said,
Go where?
"Ah, we won't tell anyone." "I don't think I can take that chance," David replied. Then Billy said, "How about if we all pledge not to say anything?" David smiled and thought for a moment and said, "This is serious, people. A lot of people can die in a panic." "We will really give our word," Billy said, "won't we, class?"
Now,
So the kids are Russian sleeper agents.
oh God.
Now give us your American info.
But what if we promise not to tell anyone?
Okay, high school students.
Is this Red Dawn Part 2? The moon people?
The moon people.
Red Dawn Part 2.
Yeah, the class sounded out.
All of them in unison. It was fucking terrifying.
Yeah, this class is just the children of the damned.
Yeah, dude,
Just
just
everything
hive-minded.
they say is, yeah.
Except for Billy, the spokesperson.
Billy is the only one that's not part of the hive.
Nope.
I am
He's
Billy.
part of the hive.
I
He
speak
is-
for the hive.
The class is Billy, essentially.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, man.
David laughed and said, "Okay, listen very carefully, class. If you
No.
hereby pledge to this class and to God that you
To
will
God.
not tell anyone
I
what we
would
find
never
out in
lie
this
to
class about the
God.
meteor,
Fuck you.
I will ask Zeus that question. Everyone has to say,
Wait,
I
is that
do
wait,
know."
is Zeus the god now?
Yeah, we're just rolling with that.
The technological representation of a deity?
Everybody in the class sounded out, "I do."
At the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just imagining that, like, every time he says the class sounded out, that those words are just like written on the big expensive 80-inch
Oh, yeah. And
electric
they're like hooked on
chalkboard.
phonicsing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
Solemnly swear to never, ever, 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 ever tell anybody.
Okay, so and this is an actual point that I want to make.
Yeah.
We have all had the mental image of this classroom in our heads, and I want you to, pull it up in your mind.
Yeah.
Now remember that it's in high school, because I kept picturing middle school kids, and that's a key thing, when you have kids in their developing years and how different they are, and if you don't get how they talk in certain stages, you're gonna ruin everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the point?
Is there a larger...
Yeah.
Just how the flavoring has an internal contradiction.
that this person doesn't know how really humans talk. It's not that he's misrepresenting students. He just doesn't know how humans talk.
Oh God.
Ah, Jesus.
You've heard the phrase tin ear?
Yeah.
This is Reynolds rap.
Oh man.
Like Reynolds rap? Like Burt Reynolds doing hip hop?
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be way better than this. Although I kind of want to see Burt Reynolds dressed like a member of Two Live Crew doing a dramatic recitation of this book.
Yeah.
I'm against that.
But I might be the only one.
Nobody wants that, David.
I want Christopher Walken to be David.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody in the class sounded out, "I do." I hope I'm not making a big mistake.
Well, I mean, they promise God. It's fine.
It's true. Okay, Zeus, will this meteor collide with any planet in our solar system? Computer. Negative. There is a 94% possibility that it will collide with your sun. The whole class went silent. Then David said, "Remember, people, I just hooked this up. It may not be accurate."
What's the big deal?
Zeus, is there a chance that it won't hit our sun?
Yes,
Affirmative.
6%.
There is a 6% chance that the meteor won't hit your star. Zeus, do a system check. Zeus, affirmative. Zeus is now doing a systems check. There was a 30-second pause. System check complete. Zeus is functioning at 100% effectiveness.
No, it's not.
The class
Nothing
went
is.
silent again, and then the bell rang. "Remember, class, don't say anything about what you have heard," David said.
I know
"People
where you
can die
live.
panicking."
I can't express how inconsequential it would be for this thing to impact. Like, okay, I'm not certain. I would bet money that it would be vaporized before it actually hits the surface by the time it gets there.
I really can't see anything bad coming from an object even like 10 times the size of Earth, 50 times the size of Earth, 1,000 times the size of Earth probably wouldn't really fuck up a star.
Right.
I think the only thing that could really fuck up a star would be another star.
Or a Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, so yeah.
Or a Death Star.
So you can fit 1 million Earths inside the sun.
Yeah.
So it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Very small stakes.
You took a pledge. Billy answered, "Don't worry, Professor, we won't say anything." Then David said, "Okay, I am going to trust you then. There's still a big chance that it won't hit anything." "We know, Doc," Billy answered. "There's a 6% chance."
I was wrong. It's only 318 Earths.
Oh, 318?
Yes, I don't know where that previous number came from, but I just wanted to, wanted to cross-check it, and
Fair enough.
That was wrong.
Well then, I mean, something 1,000 times the size of Earth may very well fuck up the sun if it hit it.
Certainly would.
But something smaller than Earth is probably not going to have much of an impact at all.
Well, they compared this to the size of the moon, right?
Right.
I will now Google that. Continue.
You're doing more research right now than the writer of this book did. Anyway, you want to press on or?
50
We'll see you
moons
later,
can fit in the
Professor.
Earth.
Say what?
50 moons can fit in the Earth.
50 moons. So that's, like...
50... So, 50 multiplied by, what was it, 310, was it?
Something like that.
318, I think it was. But, yeah, so you can fit 15,500 moons in the sun.
Yeah. That's a lot of moons.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And how long did it take me to do that? Under a minute or two?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But, this book was written pre-internet.
I don't feel like it was.
When was this published?
Hold on.
That'll be very telling, actually.
Yeah.
2009.
Yeah. So, yeah, he had
every tool he needed.
Every tool he needed.
Yep.
Oh my God, are we still talking about this fucking book?
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
No, it's not, Joe.
It's
we're here to
what we
talk
do.
about leeches.
And Matthew McConaughey.
Millions
And Matthew
of
McConaughey
leeches.
and Chuck Tingle.
Yeah.
Leeches for me.
So what do you
Millions of
think the Chuck
leeches.
Tingle book that covered this subject would be called?
Um,
Would it be Earth pounded in the butt by a
No.
giant meteor?
No, it would be like humans run amok until sun gets pounded in the butt by tiny moon.
yeah. By handsome tiny moon. And the moon eats my ass, probably.
Yes. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
We know, Doc, Billy answered. There's a 6% chance. We'll see you later, Professor. Billy grinned and said,
see you in
"Smarty
hell."
pants. Okay, goodbye."
I'll see you in hell.
Then Billy laughed and walked out with Kathy and said, and finally all the students cleared out of the room, all of which had a doom look on their face.
Doom!
David thought about it for a minute and
They were
decided
all
to
going
make the
to
call.
the school computers to play Doom.
Doom,
Land
doom,
party.
doom, 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 doom.
Are you going to
Now
sing
it's
the
time
Doom
to
song
sing
now?
the Doom song.
Nice. Good shit. That's enough of that. We'll be back next week with more moon people, I guess. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell. Go to WeGiveYouBrainworms.com where you can support us on Patreon, jump into our Discord, all the things. We are very sorry.
This has been a production of Brainworms Presents. Any copyrighted content contained within is used for purposes of review. Brainworms Podcast is David Combs, Kaine Magdalen, Christian Schaefer, and Joseph Wells. The theme music is Hodgepodge No. 1 by Brian Davis. If you like what you heard and can support us and learn about our other projects at WeGiveYouBrainworms.com or by leaving a review on your favorite listening app.
I am Billy. I speak for the hive.
This book was written by an asshole.
It's not that simple, Billy.